Just
How are you
Kotaku
getting
a little bit.
How are you getting the animator to come over?
You're asking me a question?
Hi, my name is Cecilia, and I'm a staff writer with Kotaku, and I'm here with George Brower, developer of Playthings VR.
She's right. That's who I am, and that's what I did.
George released yesterday an amazing VR app called Playthings. It is a tropical island music soundscape in which you sort of use these mallets and hammers and tongs and hit food products to make these incredible sort of sounds. Is that a good description?
Yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely, yeah. Say, easiest way I've described it to people is just like a music sandbox. Like, it's just kind of convenient to call it a game, but there's really not that many like objective-based things. You can kind of just explore these different like musical activities and different kind of like powers you get from different tools and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely an exploration game. Can you tell me a little bit about why you made this game for VR in particular?
Yeah, it kind of like wasn't super premeditated. I had been working out of my house for a long time. After I left Google is where I was working before I started the studio, and I went sort of stir crazy and moved in with a bunch of guys who I knew were sharing a studio space in Bushwick, which is where I've been since, and they just like came into a Vive like the day before I arrived. And so I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to use this. And I've always sort of done work around interactive music, so it was just like the Vive controllers look like, I mean, when you hold them, it's like, okay, I want to hit drums with these and make, you know, music come out of them. So it was just kind of like this slow, steady, I'm not sure what I'm building towards, kind of started as a bunch of cubes, turned into food somewhere down the line. And
Why food?
Everybody loves it, man. Like, I think it was just trying to pick something, honestly, like, as nonsensical as possible. Like, with the general like aesthetic of the game, wanting to be like completely like not grounded in reality. Just it seems like it's a blank check to do whatever you want, such that trying to resemble reality would kind of be a
I love the food element of it because the mallets can, in Playthings VR, can actually transform into tongs, and you can sort of adjust the food products and place them wherever you want in this really interesting Candyland-ish world. You told me before that this was you intended this game to be a good introduction to virtual reality.
Yeah.
What about this game do you think really gets at that?
So one of the things I was really trying to do, like in terms of teaching people like how to use it, was not have to. Like, it was interesting. Most of the way this game's been shown so far has been at events, and oftentimes like I'm the VR attendant, and you learn very quickly what you have to say over and over and over again. So trying to make the game just let people teach themselves like without language, and so I don't have to like, oh yeah, press that button to change to the tongs a million times. But for that reason, like I think music and being a thing that generally most people like. The fact that it's not intimidating, like the way like, oh, I don't play piano, like I can't do that, like it's more approachable for the reason that it's just sort of cartoony like that, so.
Yeah, it's like a food xylophone VR program.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what you asked me and sort of veered off, but.
No, no problem. So we're gonna try out Playthings right now. We're at Kotaku's offices with George Brower, who developed this game for the HTC Vive. We ready? Cool.
Oh, you're playing, Cecilia.
I'm playing.
I didn't know that.
So this is one of, I'm gonna adjust the headset a little bit. So I've played a few VR games, and this is definitely one of my favorites because rarely do I find a VR game that sort of justifies the medium and justifies the hype around the medium specifically. And Playthings, I think, does just that. I have the mallets. What is the technical term for these? Controllers?
Wiimotes.
Ooh. All right.
You might hit that pause button that comes up.
Yeah, what's going on with this?
It is the invisible one underneath your finger.
All right, I'm on a Steam screen right now.
Cecilia, may I?
Yes, you may.
Let's try this guy.
All right. Here we go. All right. Can you guys hear this sound? All right, so as you can see, this controller isn't working right now. We've got a bunch of gummy bears up here in this wonderful little rainbow line, and I'm hitting them with this drumstick, and they're making these really nice xylophone noises. And looking around, I see a donut coming out of the water. I see a fridge with a bunch of letters in different rainbow colors. I see, is that a lollipop floating through the sky? What is that?
No spoilers, I said.
All right, and a bunch of candy and lollipops and a big hot dog boat off in the distance. And if I walk over here into this little portal.
If I walk directly into the camera.
There's this cool sort of like, what would you call this? What would you call this room, George?
This is the portal room.
The portal room. We're in the portal room. So there's 1, 2, 3 different portals, and then this locked door to my right, and a bunch of really like psychedelic gummy bears floating through the sky. They're kind of imposing.
This room has my favorite song in the game. I just want to give a shout out to my boy John Bacon, who did the audio for all the
Can we get this controller working again?
different things.
My right controller is not quite working.
If it turned on while the app was open, I find that you sometimes have to like restart the app to get it to recognize both. But I don't know if that involves complicated technology, what with this live stream.
All right, I'm here with the game's developer. This is Playthings VR. I'm here with George Brower. George, which portal should I walk into?
There's no rules, Cecilia. But I'm a
Door
fan of
A,
Hamburger
door B,
Zone.
door
You
C?
could always try that.
Which one is that? This one?
That's Donut World. If you look behind you, you should have like a, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Hamburger World. Oop, all right, so my drumstick just turned into a pair of tongs that I can sort of just clamp things with. There are these hot dogs kind of swirling around. I know it sounds like I'm on a bunch of mushrooms right now, but actually
Yeah, you just sound absolutely crazy.
I'm in this VR game. So I can move these however I want in the sky. And then sort of hit them like this. Make a bunch of really fun sounds. So what about this as a rhythm game?
I wouldn't, there is a rhythm game in it. I would say, like, in general, it's just like, you know, music game, music toy. There's, okay, so fine, spoilers, Cecilia. That's what's behind the big locked door. I want you to do that part last, is kind of how I structured it, because, like, it sort of uses all the mechanics that you'd encountered thus far, and all the different instruments in this, quote, boss fight. What were you saying? What were we talking about?
I said, what about this as a rhythm game? And
Oh,
you were
yeah.
talking about the last level.
Absolutely nothing. You're just getting crazier and crazier.
Question.
Yeah.
Mateo is asking, does it have, or it got PS1 graphics, question mark. What does that mean?
I think he's saying they look bad.
Oh.
I don't know what he's talking about. These graphics are beautiful.
But Mateo, I would argue that they're at least PS2 quality.
Don't be like that.
No, I mean, that's kind of like one of my favorite games, and sort of, you know, something that was a really driving force behind the creative process was, I really like Katamari. I think most people like that game.
Katamari is one of the best games of all time.
Yeah, and, you know, especially with VR, since it's so, like, demanding on the graphics card, and you need such powerful computers to run it, like, comparatively. Doing something like a simplified style, like, and taking advantage of that, as opposed to letting it be a hindrance.
I love Katamari.
Katamari is a
You should
really
try the
excellent
sequel, We Love Katamari.
Do you want to invite the audience to ask more questions?
Yeah, I'd love
Guys.
for the audience to ask a few more questions.
Yeah.
Anything about whether this is actually a VR game or if I'm on a ton of acid right now. I accept those questions. Yeah, I can't really explain why this is one of the only VR games that seems to justify the medium for me. I really like how it's super low barrier to entry in that I don't need a tutorial. It doesn't need any bells and whistles, but it is what it is. It's not trying to be pretentious. I like that a lot.
Thanks, Cecilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like went out of my way to try and make it so there's no words in it, so I don't have to like localize it. That sounds hard.
Do you think your next VR game will have words in it?
No. Words are for suckers.
Hey, watch it. You're talking to a journalist. All right, so should we have... Oh, my God. So I just got this huge, big mallet, which is really satisfying to just beat the shit out of stuff with. And I can I turn this into tongs, too? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so you keep your tools wherever you go. I'm bummed you don't have two hands, because double fisting mallets is the way to go.
I know, I know. I should be having another controller right now, but it's out of commission.
Yeah.
So are these little popsicles too?
They are. You got me.
All right. So I've played enough of this, and I don't want to get to the final level. But I'd like to let someone else try.
Stand up.
Let's do it.
You going in?
Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Have you used the Vive before?
Yes. Should I headphones?
That'd be cool.
It's essential, right?
Here you go.
Nice.
If you, do you want to talk for a second and we start, well, we just start the game?
Let's talk.
Yeah.
No.
All right, I'm back. I've just played Playthings. It was really fun. I didn't get to the final level.
That's okay. There's still time for somebody else to do it, I hear. But
So
I'm
you
glad liked
started
it.
Always and Forever Entertainment. What is that?
Always and Forever Computer Entertainment is my studio. It's, you know, like what I filed on LegalZoom when I quit my job so I can file my taxes properly. But yeah, like it really was just kind of like a whatever at first, but now I'm sort of starting to get excited about. Yeah, like I had a couple friends helping me at various points of this game, although it was largely like just me in a room. But you know, it gives me an excuse to design logos, make bumpers, cool stickers are coming out soon. But yeah.
How many kids have you had play this game?
Not an. Is that a creepy to say? Not enough. No, I've you know just generally had like adults coming through my studio for the most part is how I've seen it played. This is you know probably the second or third time I've seen it played outside of that studio, but you know I want to say like maybe 10, like ranging
kids?
from yeah.
Yeah?
Seriously, yeah, ranging from like I think the youngest was a little girl named Nina who was like 4 and so advanced. Like such
She
a high
got the hang of
scorer.
it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally.
Someone named Kate said the giant food is cool, but she worries that VR might make her sick. Can you answer to like?
Yeah.
I know it's more of an in general question, but
For sure. No, I'm like
sickness of VR.
I'm really good at getting motion sick. I can't like read my
Me
phone
too.
in a car.
Me too.
And actually, I mean nothing by it because the newest version is great. But I had like the Oculus DK1, and that was updating at 60 frames per second, and like that did kind of like I got fatigued pretty quickly from it. The Vive updates like at 150% speed, so it updates 90 frames per second, which is like most video games are 60 is what you shoot for. And because of that, there's like no perceivable delay in the movement of where you're looking really and what you're seeing on the screen. So, you know, obviously I've spent a lot of time in there. I think my like record I've seen from a friend is my friend Ari probably spent 45 minutes in it once, like unbroken.
45?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's incredible.
How he pulled it off, I'm not sure I've done it. But he was going really ape with the tongs.
Sorry, so we have Stango right here playing Playthings and just slowly walking towards us and reaching out with his mallet. I'm about to hit one of us.
Did you restart when he went in? So if you want to just fast forward him to the game, I'm not revealing cheats live on air. Turn that camera away from me. Yeah. All right, we good. Open your ears. You're gonna get teleported. Turn around. There you go. If you, yeah.
Oh, I love this little island. Did you name all of the little islands like a?
They're all
American
very
colonies?
uncreatively named, mostly because I don't like typing, so you just got Donut Zone, Game Zone, Gummy Zone.
Which
yeah.
zone is he in now?
He's in Rhythm Zone, Game Zone. Yeah, I've been dying to make a rhythm game. This is the first game I've ever.
What's over here closer by the
This is your
camera?
first game.
What's behind you?
I was doing web design before this for the most part, like kind of interactive advertising and stuff. He's got 2 sticks now, right?
Yeah.
Great. Awesome, yeah, slaying it. But yeah, I've always been obsessed with like rhythm games in general. I feel like I've wanted to make one since I was a
What's your
kid.
favorite rhythm game?
Whew. Probably the one I spent the most time playing and have had the most fun with is Taiko Drum Master, I think.
I've never played that.
It's just so simple, and honestly, I'm totally like jacking a lot of the style off that. In fact, there's 2 colors. There's only 2 drums in it, really. Like you have the center of the drum and the rim,
Yeah.
so you just get boom, kit, and everything's red and blue, like the drumsticks. You see, I
The
jacked
game
it.
generally comes only in one direction.
The rhythm game level, yeah, it's like sort of similar to the interface you'd see in like a Guitar Hero style game where you have notes coming at you. The big difference though is like you're
What's going on?
What happened?
you just won, dude.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we're censoring this feed, right? He is now in the credit zone, which you are like a giant version of yourself. You should stay up here. There's more stuff to see, because it's hard to get back. Oh, he has to play the game again now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but the it's interesting. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
You got this.
if you're familiar with the band Junior Senior, they were don't stop the beat, I can't stop. That
Yeah,
band.
yeah, yeah.
Through a really weird connection, I got put in touch with Junior, Jesper.
Really?
Yeah, and so I wanted very badly, one of the things I found myself repeating constantly when I was a brand ambassador for my own game, putting this thing on tons of people's heads, was, okay, you're done now. And I felt like it would be much more graceful if there was like a Will Smith style credits rap to let people know that they'd taken in the whole experience.
Are you trolling?
No, this
There's
is in
really
the game.
a credits wrap?
Yeah, by Junior. He's
We have to see the credits wrap.
Yeah, when he gets to, because we can't hear what he's hearing, but when you get to the big zone, that's when you get the credits, right?
We have someone who's never put on a VR helmet before ever.
Oh, well, we have to let him play.
Yeah. So we figured since
Yeah. Yeah, he should be there shortly. Certainly not.
Repeat his question. I don't know if we can pick him up.
Oh, his question was, is there no score? Am I
Like, is
just,
there like nowhere to check?
I can tell you how you did.
Also, this throws me off a lot when I fall into the ground.
You're into the ground?
Yeah, it gets me a little sick.
Oh, do you think maybe you're, well, honestly, yeah, his feed is updating slowly.
All right, credits wrap, right?
He's in the credits wrap, yeah.
this is the credits wrap.
Oh, I can hit the.
Either I'm a bad programmer or the feed is hurting the frame rate, but it does seem to be.
You know, I gotta say, a lot of VR games make me feel very sick too. Especially horror games
Oh, God,
that are
yeah.
like really immersive and aim for that kind of like,
Yeah, I
there's
get
nowhere
those.
else in the world except for this
This
VR game right
horrible-
now.
Yeah.
But this game is, I think, equally immersive and doesn't make me sick. Are you saying that's a function of the frame rate?
Yeah, no, so much of this experience, honestly, and I'm like, sound like a total fanboy, but the vibe is really good at VR. Like, PlayStation games are often really good because PlayStation's like it's a good computer. you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm highly indebted. It feels very futuristic, so I think I've shuffled about. How's our framing?
We're about to have somebody play who's never put on an HMD or a VR headset.
VR helmet, thank you very much.
HMD. So this will be really exciting. This is Greg.
Husband of Gotha worker.
Consort of gawkers. How many people are listening to this?
Does that feel easy? I can tell you.
Don't ever give me the numbers.
Do we have any more questions?
Let's see. Some comments. It looks that it's cheaper than drugs. So
Safer.
and
Depends
safer.
which.
Is
but
it cheaper than drugs?
like I said, depends where you live and what you're purchasing.
Carl says that this host guy is pretty charismatic.
Oh, thanks, Carl.
Let's see.
I'm the host, but
The host
Like he
girl.
would buy you a beer and cheat on his other friends to hang out with you.
I would not buy you a beer, and I don't have friends to cheat on.
Is this on the Vive or a different VR system?
Just the Vive now. I would like to bring it to other ones.
What would be the next one?
So the other two that are come with what's called the room scale tracking, so that's so you can walk around, and hand controllers that you would need for the drums are the Oculus Touch and PlayStation VR. Both of those would be really cool to bring it to.
yeah, I'd love to see this on a few other HMDs.
Where's the portal out?
The portal out of this zone? I think he's looking opposite it. If you look around, it's blue. It was a bad color choice. No, that's the credits fridge. Yeah, 90 degrees to your left.
A common trope in video games, the credits fridge.
Of course, yeah. Oh, you're a little taller than me, which is something that's funny. Take
So
a couple steps forward.
how does this game change as a function of the user's height?
Well, it's basically built for a man of 5'4", namely myself. So yeah, it's really funny. I kind of messed around with trying to keep track of how tall people were and scaling it accordingly.
What's my objective here?
It's a music game.
I see a bunch of crazy stuff,
You just won.
and I feel like I'm about to walk into something.
Probably.
So one of the nice things about the Vive is that there's a grid when you get too close to a wall or get too close to kind of where the sensors tell you there should be a wall. It will let you know in a way that's like not very intrusive, maybe even too subtle, but you said that you can calibrate that grid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ranges from I don't care about walking into stuff mode, whereby there's no grid, to having a really like tight checkerboard around the playable space the whole time. So it's like a balance between how safe you want to be and what level of sort of immersion, disbelief, suspension.
So we have a musician playing this game right now. This is Playthings VR,
I
and we're
wish I
here
could
with George
hear.
Bauer.
Yeah.
And what does our musician think about this game?
We're gonna have to repeat what he says because he's a mic.
I don't think he can hear me.
Great.
hear you.
Okay.
What do you think about this game?
I'm a little confused.
You're doing fine. You have nothing to be confused about.
Smack the gummy bears.
Yeah, do people ever play this game and say to you, like, okay, what is the game part of it? Or expect something more complicated?
The most like general questions, and it's kind of like what we're conditioned to think. Like when someone puts game controllers in your hand, is like, what are the buttons, right? And
There's
okay.
one button.
Yeah, and what am I supposed to do? Just like really can't not say it without sounding super new agey, but you can do anything you want.
Is there a way to like make music on this?
Yeah, so
Record it?
I'm. What was our? Is Greg? I'm George, by the way. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
So everything in the game that's red for the music peeps is C. So it's all white keys, which is how it, people who like aren't trained musicians can generally still make stuff that's like melodic. But red is C, orange is D, and it goes up the rainbow like that. So if you're trying to get,
So
Stevie Wonder up in
has
this.
anyone ever made or replicated a song in this game?
Yeah, I think I've got some covers under my belt that I refuse to perform, but
Could you name them?
Final Countdown is probably the one I'm ashamed to say I'm the best at.
Wait, you're not gonna play Final Countdown?
You have to play Final Countdown for us.
I absolutely will not. This won't be like a,
Comments, will you do it?
no, this isn't gonna be like a cheeky, like, oh, we'll get him to do it a lot. Like, seriously, I shouldn't have brought it up. But no, so the things that I've found most interesting are like when people like make like weird combo instruments. Most people screw around with the tongs on the burger zone because that's where you get them.
Is there any way to make 3 notes happen at once on here?
Yeah, grow a third arm, buddy.
Uh-oh. That's...
Oh no, I'm so wrong. Your head is actually a drumstick too, and I'm not trolling you.
Are you trolling?
I'm really not. I'm actually not. I'm worried about that desk, but it's true. My dad did it.
I don't see any depth.
So I'd like to jump back on if that's all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Totally. All right, great.
In the meantime, we have a question for you.
Oh yeah?
It's for George. As a programmer, how do you feel the different VR platforms stack up? He's curious about Vive versus PSVR.
Yeah.
I'll take this off with you.
I can't really answer, unfortunately, because I've really only played with the Vive and the Oculus many versions back for not very long. But I love the Vive. It's great. I used Unity to build it, which I'm super, what's the word, enthusiastic about. It's a
How
very
easy was
liberating
that to
program.
learn?
Say it again?
How easy was that to learn?
Easier than it should have been, for sure. It's like extremely
Can't do
empowering. But yeah, so I was coming from like web programming and JavaScript and stuff like
Thank
that
you.
before. And you just get to type in that world. Like you never get to click and move stuff around like in a scene. And it's so beautiful to be able to. What do you want me to look at?
Anywhere you can look at the camera, you can look at the, I mean, we're running all around here
That
because,
was
it's VR.
Yeah, so we are here with George Brower. I'm Cecilia Anastasio, staff writer at Kotaku. We're playing Playthings right now. It's really fun. I can't hear what kind of sounds I'm making because my headphones aren't in, but I assume it's very Beethoven-esque.
It's a little more Mozart.
A little more Mozart? Oh God, I gotta get my classical composers.
Yes, they are.
They do make noise.
Yeah, those are all different chords. So like, getting back to the C is red thing, the jelly beans above a C will be a C chord.
All right, as the developer, can you tell me what objectively is the best flavor of jelly beans in your VR game?
The best what of?
The best flavor of jelly beans in your VR game.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
see any brown jelly beans, which I respect.
Oh, the best flavor.
I see these kind of cookies and cream looking ones,
oh.
which, you know,
Yeah, that's E.
That's actually the earwax jelly bean.
Oh, no.
earwax jelly beans,
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Good,
Um,
good reference.
They all taste taste like music.
Are you high right now? It tastes like-
All right, so cool. So which one of these have we spent the least amount of time in? Should we do the
haven't
end
seen
game zone?
that much donut action.
Which one is that? Straight ahead, left
Oh,
or right?
you know what you should try?
What?
Well, you'll have to. I can teleport you there with that secret cheat code I've been giving you. But if you press, that gets you back to the big world, and you can use your tongs there, which is fun.
Whew.
Did you acquire the tongs on this playthrough?
I don't have the tongues yet.
All right, quickly press. Pick up some tongs on the grill. Oh no, sorry, wrong. Well, you can get the mallet while you're here.
Mallet.
There you go.
There you are. Bam.
While you're here,
Ah, yeah.
Pick up the mallet.
Do I get 2 mallets or just 1 mallet?
You
Two
yeah, Now
mallets.
you got them double mallets. And if you press.
This is so cathartic.
Yeah, okay, now you can pick up them tongs. Should be somewhere on the grill. Cool.
All right, yeah, so this is how I hear most professional musicians go about music making.
Well, yeah, my friends who are like actually good at music, I'm just short of okay, have done really cool things where they'll arrange the hot dogs into different chords. So like, you know, you take a red and a yellow and a blue together and that makes a C. And you can actually sort of like make a song for yourself that's really easy to play because it's like you could just drag your arm in a line and they could all be right there for you.
So in case you're new to this stream, George has promised to play us Final Destination
I'm
later
serious.
in this game.
When I learned how to play that song, the game was tuned to D. Now it's in C.
Oh, so you can tune this game like it's a musical instrument.
I can tune this game because I made it, but
The player can't tune it.
no. So it was the way this started getting developed, like for the sound design was, and I want to like enable this as an option going forward, but it sent MIDI out to one of my computers, and that's just like a really old way to send, you know, notes to instruments. So I was using like Logic Pro, like sort of sound, or I don't know what you want to call that, production software, audio production software, to kind of like, you know, have the gummy bear be MIDI channel 1, hit it a little bit and hear what it sounds like and be like, nah, we need more vibrato on the gummy bear, and like hitting it and turning a knob and that sort of software. And then when it was done, we baked it all out to samples.
So who made the music, you said?
My friend and longtime collaborator, Jonathan Bacon, is the main composer and sound designer, and we've been making music together for like the better part of, what is it, 2016 now? Yeah, we grew up, like we went to middle school with each other, so we've been making music
Oh, that's
since
really cute.
we were like 16.
So I'm gonna get through this level and then I think we'll wrap things up.
Sure,
Yeah?
that's cool.
I kind of want to hear the rap at the very end. Ooh, what did
Take a
I
couple
hit?
steps back.
Ah, damn.
So eager.
I'm not eager, I just really
You're-
want to be super good at this game.
Sounds pretty eager.
I've never been good at rhythm games. I remember bad memories of middle school, people playing DDR.
I'm excited about like using this sort of thing to teach music too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
Yeah, with like a Guitar Hero style thing, and like I'm a massive fan of everything Harmonix has done. In fact, Jordan Jonathan appears in the most recent copy of Amplitude 3, 2? I should know. The way those kind of games have like normally worked is when you get it wrong, it's like you get muted and it starts playing like wrong noises. And when you're doing good, it like turns on something that somebody else has recorded. But what's interesting about this one is like if you hit the note late, like it's gonna play late. If you hit it early, it's gonna play early. So I've seen people who like, self-report not having rhythm, like actually get better over the course like of the song itself.
Huh. That's really interesting. Are you gonna add more things like that to the game? More of actual Guitar Hero type rhythm game elements?
Yeah, like each one of the different zones, like in my mind, could be like a full-blown like sort of deeper dive. The Tongs expansion pack, Jordan Jonathan Karaoke Cruise rhythm game expansion pack. But yeah, more tools for like recording things, for saving the things that you've made with the Tongs, for maybe adding your own songs. This is adding a lot of work for myself, but I'm curious to see what people want now that they can actually play it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you
so
so
we're
much
here
for
with George
having
Brower,
me.
who made Playthings, which we just streamed live for you. And thanks for watching.
We did it.